Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Bugsy and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bugsy's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Bugsy will go home this afternoon with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session today. Now Bugsy is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Bugsy heel. Now at this point, when you're walking Bugsy, he has a job to do. And that is to stay even with your left leg, whether you are taking a nice leisurely walk, or you turn and change direction, or you speed up or slow down. His job is to keep his eye on you, not everything else that's going on around him. And when you stop, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You want to work up on your sit stays because this helps to develop his self-control. Now he got up, so Fred said no, pulled straight up on the leash. He sat back down, and Fred gave him another stay command. So you're going to practice this indoors as well as outdoors, and when Fred returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, and Bugsy should remain seated until Fred gets back to his shoulders. He stops, and he gives him another command. So everything starts and stops at that heel position. And we put this together for you in the form of a drill, so you can practice at home, but these commands are to be used in the situations that you were having problems with in the past. And this is just the beginning. Fred leaves him in another sit stay, turns to face him, walks out to the end of his training leash. And this time, instead of returning back to him, Fred is going to demonstrate the come on command. It's Bugsy come, and he should come right in and sit. And he gets a little pat for praise, and they go back to the heel, and they will demonstrate that come on command again for you. So Richard and Fred are going to be teaching your lesson this afternoon. If he doesn't sit automatically, you saw Fred give that little tug that we talked about earlier in the video. He leaves him in a sit stay. He turns to face him. He's going to use his name. He's going to lighten his tone of voice. And he calls him right in, and Bugsy comes in and sits. Good boy. Now you want to make sure that Bugsy's doing all of his commands on leash for you first. He's an older dog, middle-aged dog, so he's got some bad habits that we're trying to correct as well as establishing good behaviors. So it's a little bit harder when we're dealing with a mature dog that has already established bad behaviors. Now this time, instead of leaving him, Fred's going to demonstrate the down from a heel position. So always have your dog seated first, left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay, definitely practice indoors. Start out at about a minute and work slowly up to 5 minutes. And you're going to be able to lengthen out your distance and your time. When Fred returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, just as he did on the sit stay, returning back to where they started. And then he heels him out of that. And we will demonstrate that down from a heel position again for you. That was a little bit of a backwards sit. But Fred has done a great job with him. He's not an easy dog, as you know. So nice automatic sit, down, stay. And you're going to use these commands every day in your comings and goings, when you're walking with him. And dogs typically hold a down stay better than a sit stay. This time Fred will call him out of this down. Coming to you should always be a happy event. He should always get praised for coming. Don't give him praise if he comes and jumps on you. He should come and sit. And the last command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a distance. And Bugsy likes to crawl in on this command, but Fred is going to leave him in a sit stay and turn to face him. This is the only time that we use our right hand to give the command.
No.
Kind of wandered off and lost his focus there, so Fred told him no, sit, stay.
Down.
No, that was very well done. And that's how you correct them when he dazes off like that and gets into a zone and stops paying attention. You just go right back to the exercise and repeat it. We have demonstrated for you all of Bugsy's formal OnLeash obedience commands. Rich and Fred will be here this afternoon to answer any questions that you have. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you real soon.